Welcome to the How to Heal podcast, the show where we explore real life stories and practical tools to thrive. I'm your host, Lindsay Trimarchi Richter, and through over a 15-year journey of all things healing, I'm here to hook it up. If you're feeling overwhelmed, looking for a deeper connection, or straight up in a psycho-spiritual crisis, I got you covered. Let's unearth your unique elixir to purpose, peace, and progress. Here we go. What's up? This is a new setup I have. Most of you guys listening, but if you're watching, welcome to I'm calling this my reading room. I actually took my desk out and put it in another room, and now I have this room of serious presence, which is what I'm working on and what honestly everybody should be working on. Today we're talking about how to love yourself. And we have to first trust ourselves in order to really love ourselves. And last week I talked about how to trust yourself. And when we think about what it means to truly love ourselves, what does that mean to you? How deeply can you love yourself? What does that feel like? Why do you want to love yourself? Why do we need to love ourselves? And all of the magic that unfolds in the revelation of what that means on a deep level. If you are starting here at this episode, I would urge you to go take 20 minutes and go listen to the Crafting Your Authentic Image episode. It is fun because I approach it through a lens of style, but it really also hits on authenticity and being who you are and how you feel good in defining who you are, what you're about, what makes you feel good, and resonating in those moments. So if you've not listened to that episode, I would urge you to go listen to that episode in order to understand a little bit more about being in your authenticity. Because in order to love yourself, you have to really be true to who you are. And that is what authenticity is all about. The reason I talk about how to trust yourself first is because we need to really make hard decisions sometimes. Sometimes we need to just be like, okay, this is not what I want to do, but this is what I'm going to do because this is actually what is the right thing to do. I'm making a decision that's hard in the present to set me up for future success. This may be elementary, but we need to hear it sometimes because it can be really easy to complacent in the little moments. We just need a redirect. Okay, this direction. No, this reminder. So just remember that when you make hard decisions in the moment, it is because you are betting on the future you. You don't want to be complacent in the present to be mediocre in the future. So make hard decisions and make honest decisions. That is how we live in integrity. Again, I talk about this in the trust episode. Go check that out also if you haven't listened to that episode. Is the precursor to this episode. I love to moisturize my bodice. I think touching my body every day with love and I use coconut oil. I've used sesame oil in the past. I've used creams in the past. I like putting a natural substance that you can eat on my skin because I feel like it's just healthier. Also, there is some sun protectant with coconut oil. It is just the best. The practice of Abhyanga. Abhyanga is the Ayurvedic technique of taking oil and massaging it in to your body upwards towards your heart to improve your circulation. There's so many different practices. Gua sha, I really love in order like getting into the muscles, really just moving the body, consciously moving the energy on an independent level to be like, this is my body. Here we are. I'm present with myself, and getting into that practice of being present with yourself, with your physical body is a beautiful way to really start to love yourself more. Turn around, look at yourself in the mirror while you're naked. Yes, I know it can be scary, but do it and recognize like, I have to look at myself in the mirror to be honest about who I am, what I'm dealing with, and it's okay. This is how I look right now. This is how I look right now. Yes, my arm, I'm carrying extra weight right now. I have an 18-month-old. I'm working with a functional doctor to improve my hormones and diet so that I can get into a better place where I'm like super proud of my body. But that doesn't mean I don't love my body right now. I can totally be okay looking in the mirror and being like, you look so beautiful. Even though you're carrying an extra 15 pounds, you look beautiful. And by the way, 15 pounds according to who? Maybe it's only 10 pounds. Maybe it's only 5 pounds. Maybe I just need to tighten up my muscle. But my body is what it is, and it will never be anything different no matter how much weight I lose or how much stronger my muscles get. My body is what it is. And when I touch my body and I'm present with my body, I can celebrate my body daily. I think for me, moisturizing, massaging, and caring for my body on a physical level, not just getting massages, but me doing it myself, is a practice of devotion to my physical body that makes me feel loved and cared for. When I had both of my girls, I spent so much time showering. I would sit in the shower and I would just take the water and just melt the stress and anxiety and fluff of nervous energy, just melt it away with that water. And being present with your body is a really, really great way to nurture your self-love practice. Sometimes it can really be hard to live in this idea of being perfect. And like, okay, when I'm eating perfectly and let's say I'm in the first half of my cycle and I'm eating perfectly because it's easy for me to eat perfectly because I'm not moody and I have a lot of energy and I haven't hit ovulation yet and I'm able to track everything and I'm on top of all my stuff. Like, the first 15 days of your cycle can really be tricky because it can be like, okay, I actually am doing really well. Then we get into our later 15 days of our cycle and we're like, oh, I'm tired. I'm cranky. I want fried food. I want chocolate. I want sweets. I'm going to fast extra long so that way I can make up for the food that I ate last night. But then when I fast 16 hours and I'm eating food where I'm like messing it up, like not eating perfectly. This idea of perfection is really something I want to address here, because when we really tackle the idea of having to not be perfect, because we will never be perfect no matter what. If we're being perfect in one area, we're taking from another area. So we have to just loosen the confines, loosen the grip on perfection, and really harness the energy of forgiveness and compassion and softness. We're never going to be perfect, and that's okay. We shouldn't be perfect. If we were perfect, we would be AI robots. Okay, we have enough time for that in the future. No, thank you. We're not dealing with that. We're not doing that. That's not where our intuition lies. That's not where our magic lies. Our magic lies in the present moment of taking care of ourselves and making the next best step. I feel shitty right now. I don't want to do this. Okay, what do you want to do that feels good? I want to take a nap. I want to sit down and meditate for a second. I want to take a shower. I want to take a bath. Okay, great. Now we can get back closer to our body. What's the next best step? Or now we can get closer to our body. Now I just recharge my batteries so that I can go take care of my family or whatever it is on your list. Sometimes it feels like we can be walking on a tightrope. I always felt like this. Walking on this tightrope of it has to be perfect. And by the way, perfect is so different for everybody. Some people are like really, anal about what perfection looks like. And some people are just in their minds, the stress, it's a rigidity. It's not even perfection. It's just a rigidity in the way that they're thinking. It feels like a tightrope. It can really feel like a tightrope, but just understand that we will always fall off the tightrope at a certain time. And it's just about hopping back on the tightrope. Yep, hopping back on the tightrope. Because as we get more clear and efficient and integrative, we will be walking that tightrope more and more. And the tightrope doesn't define boundaries, or it doesn't define things that I can't do. It's not an exclusive tightrope of like, this is perfect, this is in order, it's more like I'm integrating all of the facets of all parts of my health, and I'm really being efficient in how I move through my life. That is the tightrope. The tightrope is not perfect eating. The tightrope is not perfect working. The tightrope is not perfect parenting. The tightrope is I'm listening to my intuition all of the time, and it's guiding me to the next best step. And I talked about this before. I'm just going to mention it again really quick. We just have to look in the mirror. Everything in our existence is a reflection of our inner world. So anyone that you hate or is really bothering you, that is something inside of you that needs to be addressed. There's no external circumstances. It is you in the world. It is your experience in the world. Everything around you is a mirror. And no matter how perfect you're living, it's not always going to be pleasant. It shouldn't be. There need to be times when you're like, I don't like what I see because it's time for me to grow. It's time for me to grow. I rode the wave of things being great. Now it's time for me to grow. And we don't have to be hard on ourselves. We just have to be honest with ourselves. That's how we do it. We get honest with ourselves to the point where we're looking in the mirror honestly. We're making the right decisions. We're being honest with ourselves. We're being honest and in integrity, banking on our future self, caring for our bodies in the present moment, banking on our future self. So that's it. Guys, before I go, I opened my coaching container. So if you guys are interested in this topic, in this conversation, in this level of accountability and growth, go to my website, lindsaytrimarchi.com. I'll link it here. You can find it at How to Heal on Instagram as well. I'm offering really a couple different containers. I offer a 2-month program and a 1-month program, and each of them are special in their own way. If you are really looking to level up, the 2-month program will change your life. It will change your life. I'm committed to you. Schedule a call. We'll talk through it more. I just wanted to shout it out there because doors are open and I love you guys. I will see you next week. Later, potato.